So, we've got 5 more games in the Championship before we have another international break. And in today's video, I'm going to predict how I think the next 5 games are going to go for Luton. But before I do that, please drop a like on today's video. The more likes we get, the better the video does, as you guys know. Comment below how many points you think Luton are going to get in the next 5 games. The games which we currently have are Millwall, Sheffield Wednesday, Plymouth, Oxford and Sheffield United. So out of those 5 games, how many points do you think we can get? And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. So, just like any team that wants to win promotion in any division, normally you need to get 2 points a game to stand a chance. Normally that gets you promoted, or it gets you as close to first and second spot. So, I'm predicting we need to get 10 points in our next 5 games. And is that doable? Yes. It means we need to win 3, get 1 draw, and only suffer 1 defeat. I think that is possible looking at our 5 games. However, it's not going to be easy because no game in the Championship is easy. But more importantly, we've not been playing very well, have we? I do think the reaction has been a little bit over the top. That does come from myself as well. I feel like we have overreacted a little bit. The good thing is we are creating chances. We start clicking up top, I can see us causing plenty of problems and winning games of football because we'll start killing games off completely. But we need the likes of Morris and also Elijah Adebayo to start scoring. We also need to get our injured players up to speed, up to match fitness, so they can be ready for us whenever we need them. And I'm expecting the team against Millwall to be the strongest it's been since the start of the season. And hopefully that means it will kick-start our season. I believe our season starts against Millwall. Forget the 4 games which we've just had in the league. Our season starts. We've given every team a head start in this division. Now it's time for us to turn up. So, let's talk about the first game which we've got, which will be against Millwall, away from home. Just like us, Millwall have also missed a lot of big chances. They've created 17 big chances and missed 11. We've created 11 big chances and missed 10. So, it could be a game of which team can actually take their chances. But Millwall have been slightly different this season. They've been they've been a lot more attacking. Normally when you think of a Millwall team, you think really hard to beat. Defensively, they're more solid and they nick the 1-2-0 wins. That's normally what happens, especially under Mark Harris and his style of football, which he likes to play. But this season, Millwall have been a lot more attacking. They've been playing a 4-2-3-1 formation, and they beat Sheffield Wednesday just before the international break. So probably they went into international break at the wrong time. But they've got a win. You know, they've got 1 more win than Luton, that's for sure. But they have been scoring goals. Scoring goals against Watford, got 3 goals away against Bristol City, 3-0 at home against Sheffield Wednesday. So, yeah, the goals have been coming for Millwall. Obviously, they need to be scoring a lot more because they've been missing quite a lot. But the 3 players that have been standing out for Millwall is Duncan Watmore, very, very quick player and someone who can be very dangerous on the counter-attack. Honeyman in the number 10 spot and also Saville in the midfield, linking the play up. Their 3 have been the big players for Millwall so far this season. Just like, well, I always feel like Millwall, they're one of the teams which is always really difficult to go to. But if you can get a win and nick a win, you know, it feels a lot better. I do think that game is going to be the game where we do get a draw. I would love a win, but I do think we are going to get a draw at Millwall. Moving on to Sheffield Wednesday, at home. Sheffield Wednesday their season's been a little bit weird since beating Plymouth at home and on the first game of the season. They looked really good, looked like in possession, looked absolutely brilliant. But was Sheffield Wednesday brilliant or was Plymouth Argyle rubbish? Well, since that game, Sheffield Wednesday haven't won a game of football and Plymouth haven't looked good at all. So, I don't know what to make of it really. You've seen the best of Sheffield Wednesday from the game against Plymouth. You've also seen the worst of Sheffield Wednesday against the likes of Sunderland, where they absolutely got demolished. So, I feel like we should be winning. That should be the first win at home this season. And that's what I'm predicting. 3 points at home against Sheffield Wednesday. The third game which we've got out of the 5 is Plymouth Argyle away from home, and just like what I've just said, Plymouth haven't looked good at all really. It's quite worrying. I actually think Wayne Rooney could keep them up. I predicted that at the start of the season. It's taken a while, it looks like, but they don't look good, do they? They really don't look good. And can we take advantage of them not looking good now? It would be typical Luton to lose away against Plymouth. It really would be typical Luton. But I feel like if we can get a win in our next 2 games, that will give us enough confidence to travel to Plymouth on a Friday night in front of the cameras to boost the team morale and then nick away 3 points there. I do think that can be possible to do. So yeah, I reckon we can get a win away to Plymouth. After Plymouth on the Friday night, we do play Oxford. Now this is going to be a tough one. Over the years with Oxford, Luton and Oxford have had really close battles, and it's always tight. It's always, well, I actually always find the games really entertaining. But Oxford have been extremely good since the start of the season, and I do predict them to stay up really easily. I think they're recruited very smartly in the summer, and their players have done extremely well. You've got Cameron Brannigan, who's been excellent. I can't believe he's still at Oxford, to be honest with you. Mark Harris is on the form of his life, and then Brown in the centre-back role has defended extremely well. Their confidence is sky high at the moment. Hopefully by the time they play us, their confidence can be a little bit dipped. That would be nice. But I do think whatever happens, whatever Oxford team turns up on whatever form, I feel like it will always be a tough game because of the battles which we've had over the years between the 2 football clubs. But I do reckon we can win at home against Oxford. So I'm already predicting 3 wins in a row, which is something which we haven't done in a very long time. And I do think we are going to lose in the next 5 games. And the team which I do think we are going to lose against is Sheffield United away from home. That, if we can get a point or something against Sheffield United, it would be a very good result. They've rebuilt the whole summer and rebuilt their squad in the summer. Recruited well, got some very good players. But if you can keep Hammer in that midfield quiet, you stand a chance of getting something. However, if he's lively, if he's doing stuff, he could go 89 minutes doing nothing, but that 1 minute he can produce something magical. We need to keep him quiet all game. If we can do that, I feel like we can walk away with a point or with the 3 points. But you've got to keep him quiet. He's the one you've got to do. But even that, they've still got very good players around him who can cause all sorts of problems. But we have won at Sheffield United in the past. We won during our promotion season to the Premier League. So maybe the same sort of tactics again, which could really frustrate the home fans. That's very important to do when you're away from home. Frustrate the home fans. But yeah, those are my predictions. I reckon 3 wins, 1 draw and a defeat. Draw against Millwall, win against Sheffield Wednesday, Oxford and Plymouth, and then a defeat against Sheffield United. I think if we can get 10 points out of our next 5 games, I do think that is a good return. And then just keep doing that over the next couple of games. Of course, we need to win more. Less defeats would be great. But we need to start picking up the wins now. And I do think we will start doing that in the next 5 games. So, those are my predictions. Let me know your predictions down below. And I'll speak to you guys in the match preview against Millwall tomorrow.